Talk to your, your friend. What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know. No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
Hello, and welcome to another Pillars of Eternity, and there's a lot to digest in the last video, so let's run through it quickly. We went to Caed Nua, and there we had a messenger basically tell us that the Warden Warren wanted to meet us back in Defiance Bay, an inn. So we went back there. Turns out that he also received a message saying that we wanted to meet him there. So that was a bit sus. And that's when we were ambushed by Lord Gabinth. Nasty piece of work. His lackey, his little, assassin. But we kind of talked ourselves out of it. We're like, why are you with him? Come join us. We're so much better. So they were like, be ashamed to do murdering today. So they left us to it. We returned back to Caed Nua because another message was there, and as we arrived, there was a mob who were like, there's people taking our money on your orders, and we were like, wait, what? I had no idea what you're talking about. and then we met, I forget his name top of my head, but then we met another guy who we'd met a couple of videos back. And he was like, yeah, do you know that lord who thinks he owns this place, that Gablanth or whatever his name is? Yeah, he's massing an army of sellswords, and yeah, he's going to attack you. So you better build yourself an army. Oh, and here's me thinking that life would be simple. So now we're trying to build an army. Sort of. But before we were building an army, we decided to go to the Temple of Wodika. We put a mask on, and honestly, I couldn't even tell you what happened. We got visions from an acolyte basically telling us to go to certain places to prevent someone from meeting her. I'm guessing they mean me, so we're gonna go and see them, whoever them are. And then this screen, the steward of Caed Nua has received a letter for us, so I think we're gonna go back to Caed Nua. See, right, so... Alright, yes, and of course Sanji, also Singani, sorry, as she finished her Blackwater's Broken Tombs. The southeast edge of Air Glenfarth is an isolated town of Ariana. The tier sits on the northern shore of Lake Drowned Tombs. Lately, a strange phenomenon has turned the lake's clear waters black. Stranger still, the town's stone tombs have been broken open from the inside. Skeletal occupants slowly marching to the water's edge and into the depths. After several futile nights of waiting, Sagani finally discovered the origins of the lake's black waters. The Sienguela of a witch who had settled in Ariana's tier over a century ago. Locals had accidentally ploughed up her burial plot. Her remains had slid into the lake during a fierce storm. The spirit, previously content to haunt the field, had begun calling her old neighbours down into the lake with her, and with the help of the locals, Sagani was able to put the spirit to rest. Most of the corpses were able to be returned to their tombs, but not all of the tombs could be reassembled. Sagani brought back a piece of one mystery tomb as a souvenir. Why would you bring back that? It's probably haunted. So we got an... Yeah. It's probably haunted. Okay, that finishes in 3 hours, so that'll be finished by the time we go there.
A moment, please. I feel I should explain myself.
Okay.
About my episode in the catacombs. There's something I should have told you earlier.
So tell me now. He clasps his hands together, slowly massaging the knuckles with his thumb. I meant no harm. I thought I could keep it to myself. That when we resolved the matter of your soul, we could also address my problem.
I also have an awakened soul. But unlike yours, mine is a presence that shares my senses and my skin, making herself manifest at the most unwelcome times.
Herself, okay. He closes his eyes and grits his teeth. His lips quiver and twitch with the vestiges of some internal debate. Several seconds later, he opens his eyes again. They're watery and bloodshot.
I'm sorry. I've tried to learn to control Isilmir. I've gotten stronger, but so has she.
Tell me about Isilmir.
Artless, uncouth, a creature of rash impulses and feeble faculties. She wags her impertinent tongue when she should listen. Aye, this one's fit to boil. Hard to get this gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
He grimaces, running a hand through his hair. I have none of her memories. Baraf spared me that much, but her coarse manners and intolerable high speak suggest a provincial form of a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict when the fuse has burned down and teeth are on edge, and when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge a situation, she just acts. She seems reckless. That's it, exactly. You recall the way she goaded those villagers in Gilded Vale? She doesn't think, and she doesn't back down. And trying to suppress that has been my problem for years. Why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meowald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
Oh, well, is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although...
He lowers his voice and clasps his hands behind his back. A minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
If it is helpful to you, we will go.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Okay, well, it's time to get moving, because the catacombs really isn't a lovely place to be having conversations. So where does he want us to take him to? So, two-sided. Where does he want us to go? So he wants us to go to the sanitarium. The sanitarium. It sounds so posh when I say it. The sanitarium. I don't know. I don't think I want her to go. I kind of dig her. I kind of dig her. It's a question now, does she dig me? Loot! It's fine. Maybe we left it there for a reason. Okay, well,
Bring back the feisty one. There's a woman can do some damage squeezing her legs together.
It isn't a parlor trick. Besides, she doesn't take orders well.
She has backbone, that woman. Does it scare you?
No, but I won't be responsible for what happens if you call her whore.
you don't want to be calling her a whore by the sounds of it. Right, we haven't been to the expedition hall. I think really we should go there. And then we'll go to the sanitarium. I wouldn't mind going to the shop as well and doing some selling. Because we're full of rubbish. We're absolutely full on absolute whole heaps of rubbish. Call for interested patrons? Please move along. Okay, fair enough. Does anyone want to buy my junk?
Well met, friend.
Does anyone want to buy my junk? My junk. I don't think I'm going to need this anymore. Okay, and then we have a whole heap. Yeah, I was gonna say there is a sort button. Type, yeah. I'm gonna keep the ones that are highlighted. Because I'm guessing they're like... I'm keeping the Grim Raws. Yeah, they seem the same. You can keep the hammer? I don't know. It's 15 to 24. Does that seem fair enough? I'll try and keep one of each. Though I probably will get to a stage where I will probably want to keep... I'm not selling any of that, or any of that. Whole heap of books. I have a pet spider. That's right, I forgot I have a pet spider. Oh, I wonder what Edo says about the pet spider. We really need to... There you go. We really need to add that. Hold on. To-do. Like, do you think he's scared of spooters? Where's my spooter? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, he's tiny. Look how tiny he is. Anyway, yes, this way. Because we need to get mercenaries.
The dozens may not like us foreigners much, but they certainly don't mind taking our coin.
We kind of... Oh. We need help. A well-groomed man steps through the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He's flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. One of his companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup come wandering in? I see. Just know that the Binds giant slayers run things around here, and you'll be fine. Never heard of them. His eyes narrow. Well, you have now. Stick around Defiance Bay and you will again. Plenty of bounties to go around. But there's a reason why the giant slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. A voice bellows across the hall. Enough jabberbine! You gonna do the job? Or you just going to talk about it? His jaw tightens. Wennen's right. That coin ain't going to collect itself. He looks at his comrades and jerks his head towards the door. See you around, pup. Okay. I see competition.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
Do you know of a place in the wilderness with colourful pools and a waterfall that rises? I know the place. Got a map locked up in one of those chests with the very spot marked in it. Yours for 50 coppers. Oh, well, here you go. Oh, you'll find in the back room behind Sunlid's shop. He hands you a key. Look on the map for Searing Falls. Fantastic place. The thermal springs alone are worth the journey. Falls are so hot most of the water turns to steam. That's the rising you were talking about. Wenin casually nods your way. His eyes continue to float from mercenary to mercenary as he speaks. What else do you need? Tell me about the dozens. Wenin's expression becomes serious. The timbre of his voice deepens. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaries in the Direwood. Not a fancy like the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least they remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, he means. Your roots? Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Direwood's freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended with the Godhammer destroyed Waidwinds at Evon Dur Bridge. A lot of folk don't know how Waidwin wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out of Halgot Citadel and faced down a god. Held him there until the bomb went off. He thumbs the table. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky cloaks to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people, first line of defense, and whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. If it's not Waidwin, it's his damn legacy. It's the damn soul butchers in Brackenbury making things worse on all of us, probably causing the whole thing one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defended Direwood once, and we'll do it again. I believe I might be looking for work.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Okay, I'll go find Osric. Thank you. Okay, finding Osric. Wait a minute, I think I found Osric. No. There's Osric.
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
Wow. Tell me about the expedition hall. It's a treasure hunting, plain and simple. Sponsors put up money, hire adventurers to explore the wilds, looking for runes mostly, and if they come back alive, they'll split the spoils. If not, because they handle their weapons like this lot in front of me, who might as well be digging their own graves right now. Got business with me? I'd like to hire an adventurer, do I? Maybe more than one by the look of you. I'll show you who's available. Do you pay them hourly? Here's the question though, do we? Just like out of curiosity. Okay, let me hire one. Oh. Okay. Well, now. I mean, I have nothing against. Are they going to be part of our team? Because if not, I don't want to hire one. Yes, I'll cancel. I don't know what that is. I think I'm looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wenin. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Although he sizes you up, I do have something I need done. Something that requires... He glances sidelong at the adventurers flailing away helplessly at a dummy. Competence. What do you need done?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Don't you need your arms? I thought everyone needed their arms. Oh, you mean, okay. Why don't you just ask for it back?
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
It doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
None more destructive than the crowd with the wrong idea. What's this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I tell you what, I will see what I can do.
And then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind a fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
Okay. I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited Forger in Audra's gift right after having his soul lineage read by a cipher in Dunrid Row. Should have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there. Well, drinks on me. Having his soul lineage read.
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find penhelms, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Okay, well, farewell. Well, that's what we're gonna be doing then. Let's go find the breastplate. Remember, we're meant to be making friends in Defiance Bay, so let's make friends. So, where is it he said that is? Oh, they're the... yeah, Rogue Knights. So, find heirloom. Mention Pelham, Keeper and Army officers. Okay, so... rival might have forged a document from Dunreed. Proved a forgery. It would be in... the Ducal Castle, I believe. So, loot. Where's my poor little spider? Quick, keep up, Spoodling. Keep up, my dear Spoodling. It's so tiny. Oh, wouldn't it be awesome if it, like, over the game, if you kept it equipped, it just got bigger and bigger and bigger? That'd be awesome. So, Crucible Keep. We'll try. I don't know if we can get... maybe, do we have to do some sneaky stuff? Maybe we could leave everyone behind and save it and sneak. Quite possibly should have maybe got some more lockpicks. Let's see if she has anything else to say. No. Now, it actually might be in the Crucible Hall, but we'll check here first.
Gods keep you.
Alright. No, still haven't got... okay. I don't know.
I'm here.
Right, save it. I don't want to cause problems. Acquire proper key. Oh, isn't really nothing else to this place? Okay, then...
Hey, Aloth, can I, talk to your, your friend? What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know. No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. I mean, some of the things she says are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
Poor Aloth. Aloth. Is it Aloth or Aloth? It's Aloth, isn't it? Poor Aloth. Imagine, no one really wanted to spend time with you, but they want to spend time with you, just not you. Oh dear.
Good day, stranger.
Altmar gives you an appraising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on watch. It does. You look like you've recently arrived yourself. Who are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights, and proud of it. I help keep everything running at the keep so that the Commander Cliver can focus on more important matters. Looking for something or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on in the Crucible Keep? This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor as well as where many of our soldiers bunk. Commander Clive is in the back making plans, as usual. Scratches a scarred cheek. You'll find a forge at the west end of the building, along with our master smith Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the Golem, if you're praying type. Tell me about the Crucible Knights. We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell the Commander Clive I said that. He grins. We were the first organized militia group to oppose Adrian's rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in Dunyard Row. What's this about Dunyard Road? Oh, just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Admeth widens his stance. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostility's in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. No, all I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? That's a horrible thing to say. Admeth shrugs. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays it seems that that's the biggest crime of all. Ooh. I wonder if we can sneaky. It's Dunstan.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Is something else on your mind? Tell me about the knights.
We were all smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with the soul lineages and connections to the Direwoods heroes of old. He picks up the hammer again. Other than Direward Row, he really knows about any of that, though. It looks like I've got to go to Direward Row, but I don't exactly know where it is. Penhelm. I'm going to go to Dunwood Halls first before I approach him. I don't know where that is. I wonder where it is. Is it in Adara's gift? I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if it's in Adara's gift. I'll have a look there. Okay, the Bailey was just finished. So we've got more things to build. Towers. Okay, towers. Okay. Ramshackle house, trading, abandoned house, Colfeg, Odada. Okay, it's not here. Might have forged document from Dunwood Row. Maybe Dunwood Row is a person? I wonder what Dunwood Note is then. Maybe I should have looked around more in the Crucible. The other place is I haven't. Wait, I don't need to go that way. The other place I haven't been is I haven't paid like the 1,000 coppers to get into Heritage Hill. Before I do that, I'll go back and look in the Crucible and see if there's a person. Okay, we'll check We'll check. And I'll keep... I haven't seen anyone called that, but that doesn't mean... And I didn't check... Wait, I'm going the wrong way. I didn't check the completely... I just kind of thought it sounded like a place. Because there's a cipher there, you know, that... So, I don't know. I haven't seen that. I'll double check. I seem to be able to freely walk around here anyway, so... Okay, this is soon... Oh wait, maybe in here? That was the shrine.
We just don't have the manpower.
I would help you, but I'm looking for someone. Don't mind me, I'm looking for someone. I'm on a mission. Oh, this is the archives. Oh, we didn't even need to go. Here it is. Curran, a cipher duly appointed and employed by Dunrid Row, does hereby certify that Novit A.M. Fenn has been found to have a soul free of any submersive influence to take. The scroll is stamped, sealed Dunrid Row, and signed by both Penham and Curran. We need to find Curran then. Okay. We found about it's signed by Curran, a cipher in Dunrid Row. I don't know where Dunrid Row is. So like I said, the next place I would think is Heritage Hill. Oh, wait.
Strange place for a shrine to Abidan, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. The only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
Now, I knew some soldiers got recruited by the Knights after the war was over. They told me about it. They get these young kids in there and tell them about the blacksmithing and about the revolution and about tradition. Talk about Gollum like he created the Crucible Knights in his forge to go win Darwood's independence. And then they join, and it turns out all any of those knights ever talk about is when are we going to get recognized as real knighthoods? When are we getting our titles in our land? Our High Justice wants to be an earl, says Biden will. He's got a castle and an army. You wonder how long we'll wait before he starts war over it, saying Biden told him to do it. They don't seem all that bad. They are keeping peace in Defiance Bay. Nah, there's Colonel something good in there. I think some good people wanting to do the right by each other. Trouble is, they're heading away from it. That's true. Alright. There was a person in here talking about heritage, but so if I can get in it for free instead of paying, that would be like 100% awesome. The Justicard's glaze flicks over to you briefly before returning to the Novitates gathered in the training area. If this is about patrols, my Novitates are already stretched to the limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess in Heritage Hill, I simply don't have the units to spare. And after Portia looks over you again, oh, I'm sorry. Was there something else you need? Is something wrong at Heritage Hill? She lowers her voice. What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking flesh-eating corpses. We sealed the area 2 months ago, but after I lost one of my finest commanders there, and yet this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without my soldiers whispering about these disappearances. She shakes her head. I'd just as soon abandon the district, but if those monsters should find their way out, I could look into it. She steps back and regards you. After what I just told you, you want to go into Heritage Hill? I've lost trained soldiers in there. Why should I let anyone in? If people are disappearing, someone's got to figure out what's happening to them. Oh, well, if you're so eager to rush to your death, I won't stop you. She quietly looks on at the Novitiate. And if you're somehow able to put a stop to this... You've got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send word to the guards in the gate. Okay. Alright, perfect. But I don't know if that's going to help us. And I didn't see a Karen. Karen. No, I didn't see Karen. So, where is this freaking place? I don't actually know where it is. Maybe it's in the Sanitarium. Maybe. I mean, what? Maybe. It's Brackenbury, yes. Raymond Manor, Charred Barrel, Hadrit's house. Alright, we'll go in here. Maybe this is the place. Okay, it seems shifty. Maybe it is down here. I don't think it's that person, but we'll come back to you in a minute. Oh, this place is... This place seems haunted. I wouldn't mind being better armed, so what if it makes the clients a little nervous? We can not go in there. Okay. What's going on?
Hail and well met.
A woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures and mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over pages and notes. She almost walks into you. See, here I am, looking so hard for answers in my research that I do not see the cliff standing in front of me. What can I do? I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. She laughs bitterly. That would be me, though the lack of research subjects has made me more of an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer Animancy's success in buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose souls have already awakened, but I need subjects, and most of the patients here are too broken to produce reliable results. 'Tis a tragedy to have come so far for nothing. Well, you're in luck. I have a volunteer. She springs to the balls of her feet, beaming. Gerard, who is it? Aloth's lips curl into a frown. I don't know about this. She grins more broadly still. No, don't be silly. The process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in that cage. Wait, what? I beg your pardon? I jest. You Idarians are so uptight. I do not even know what the thing is used for. It belonged to the last occupant of this office, I think. Now they upgrade him to a cell. Again, I jest. She rubs her hands together, getting down to business. So, I need you to sit here. She takes Aloth by the shoulders and steers him to the couch. And try to relax. But don't try too hard. Then you will not be relaxing. Indeed. His eyes are humorless. And you must also wear these. A little cold, but the copper will help conduct your essence. The Animancer fastens thick copper bands to Aloth's forehead and wrists. As she ratchets them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. And now I will examine your soul through my scope. She reaches into her desk and produces a long, chambered tube. Knobs, dials, and small toothed wheels run along the side of the device. It is fitted with Adra lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. By manipulating them, I find the angles and densities that will allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. How exciting! I've never seen this sort of thing performed. Can appears at the device with interest. It seems suitably complicated. Does this mean we'll get to talk to Ilsmore? I like that lady. She raises his finger. But first, we must find this cunning interloper. You will answer some personal questions while I make adjustments. Good luck. You have an easier time getting straight answers out of a drunk priest at Whale. Aloth squirms on the couch. Very well. She holds the scope to her eyes and flicks a knob. To begin, tell me something personal. Something from a time before your awakening. There's nothing to tell. I was just a normal child living in the Sifwood. He looks to you. His face is set in a frown, but the rigid edges of the apprehension shows through nevertheless. What do you remember about your home? As you speak to Aloth, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. It tolls softly, luring him into the mists of his own memory. Belisage doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are soothing his essence, untangling its many threads. He closes his eyes. Comfortable, modest, quiet when Mother is away, which is most of the time. Quiet enough to hear the clink of glass on the wood. This is when I know to be the most careful. Father is good about hiding the bottles. Mother, when she is home, is good at pretending not to notice them. This is good. I am starting to see something. Continue. Tell us about the time you awakened. She bites her tongue as she twists one of the dials. I am in my 5th year of training. Mother is home. I can let my guard down a little because when she is around, he is usually only angry with her. But he has heard that I have had trouble casting missiles, that my flame shields are unstable. He is furious that I have failed, and Mother's presence reminds him that he has failed too. The first blow takes me by surprise. One moment I am sweeping the kitchen, the next I am sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at the flecks of my blood on the tile. His boots, glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor, kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up to shield my vitals, but it is pointless. Protecting one thing only leaves something else exposed. Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until the vision of the kitchen and my own trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against the field of black. His jaw locks, and his eyes twitch beneath their lids. Marioko! Belisage fiercely cranks the knobs along her scope. He's hypnotized himself with this old memory. You've got to bring him out of it quickly, or I almost have it. You're safe, Aloth. Everything's fine. Aloth's eyes snap open, but his expression you see in them isn't his. Hey, he's never safe when I have upon him. Belisage sucks a deep breath through her teeth. That's it! I'm seeing a shift in his essence. Something spreading and congealing. She glances at you over her scope. Keep talking. He seems to respond to you. What brought you here? Creaking bones and voices high and high. That warm molasses feeling that creeps down your gut when crisis is nigh. That is different. Perfecto! We have flares of total distinct essence. She jots shorthand notes onto the pages next to her and turns one clicking knob of her scope. Now, try to get the two of them talking. Aloth, ask Ismir what she's doing. Aloth's face twists in fury. Sticking weeds and worming parasites. He bursts into sudden laughter. You'd say the same to your own kindled twig when it betrays thee. Edda grins. Must be hard to avoid knowing where's the lady in your body the whole time, judging you. Good, yes, very good. She rests from her scribbling, only to make another adjustment to her scope. I can see it now. 2 separate patterns of essence. Where he ebbs, the other flows. It's as if the awakened soul fills the space that he leaves empty. She prompts you with a circling of her wrists, quill still in her hand. Go on. Ismir, what exactly are you taking from him? No more than I'm giving. You should ask what I did the old man of his, and how last time he laid a hand on us, I break it in 3 places. Aloth's head jerks aside. That wasn't your decision. It's never been your decision. Awaken him, but now it's stuck with you, and you're damned if I let your ninnying drag us both through the scupper. Very good. She lowers her scope and consults her notes. I think I finally got something we can work with. I've tracked Ismir's essence throughout the exchange. She had a particularly high density index during the most heated portions of their arguments, and her essence seemed to localize most clearly at the lower portion of the subject's left ribcage. That's right, around the spleen, which of course means that she is triggered by the black bile. No doubt the subject's characteristic melancholy is to blame. Aloth blinks back at you, and in the midst of his perturbation, you're not quite sure who's looking out of his eyes. That's utter horseshit. Black bile, is it? They've certainly spat their share. Kana studies Aloth dubiously. It was simpler explanation than I expected, all things considered. She glares at him. Yes, never mind my years of training. I suppose you have a better explanation. Well, it kind of makes sense. Ismir manifests when Aloth is in danger or under pressure. Belisage carefully scratches her jaw, her gaze darting between you and Aloth. I suppose that's true. She drops another note. I'll have to check this against other research. He removes the copper bands. Well, and good for you, but what does this mean for me? Belisage frowns at her notes, tapping at her cheek with a quill and making a grand show of concentration. However, you catch her stealing a glance at you over the pages. It seems that Ismir steps in when she determines that you're in danger. It's not clear yet whether this is a help or hindrance. From my position, I'd say it's pretty clearly a hindrance. I've got a lot to process. Regardless, thank you for your help, Titania Bonshai. He does not look at Belisage. She sets her notes on a desk and returns to the scope. Well, I hope this has been useful to you as it has been for me. I finally have material worth publishing. You'll be toasted reviewer, Center Aloth. He grimaces, melts into a crooked smile. It amounts in the right-wise principles of animancy. Just what you've always wanted. As you turn to leave, you catch a darting movement out of the corner of your eye. Belisage is humming to herself, still occupied with her scope. But Aloth is holding her notes. He's just about to tuck them into his cloak when he catches you watching. He holds a finger up to his lips, his eyes wide and imploring. Please, I don't want my personal information published like this, especially not after her nonsense. Fair enough, but do it quietly. He hides the papers in his cloaks. I need to worry. We'll see to this on our own. It's going to be very difficult to do him, but I love it. I love it. I do love it. Right, there was another person in here. Modred. An animancer scribbles feverishly on a parchment scroll while his free hand dances through the air, counting off unseen objects. His lips move in silent discourse. As your shadow falls over his scroll, he looks up at you with a mingled perplexity and irritation.
Gods keep you.
Can I help you? He forces a polite smile. Are you the animancer who's been buying relics from Imatil? Who? I don't have time to borrow adventures if that's what you're on about. I already found that. I don't want to put him through it again. I think we're going to stick with her. Well, yeah. Something's a little weird, though. Okay. Still not the person we're looking for. But did kind of give Aloth some sort of answers.